So here we have something called Lightly Row, and I have no idea what it is, but anyway, and I have like the music stand right here, and of course the camera right here, and I'm sitting like right behind the camera with my ukulele and a pen so I can point to stuff, and the tripod for the camera and the music stand legs and everything. Like if I make one wrong move, I'm gonna bang into the camera, boop, and then you may hear like a bang sound, so don't be that concerned if I suddenly do that. I'll try not to. But anyway, so here we have a thing called Lightly Row, and excuse me, it is written out in sheet music. So we can ignore the numbers above it because that's really fingers for violin and stuff like that. So we can ignore that because obviously we're not playing a violin. So a couple things that we want to look at first is these things right at the beginning, these three sharps. And I know we've done some music stuff, some sheet music type stuff reading before, but just kind of reviewing, it's always good. These three number sign things or hashtag looking things are called sharp signs, and what it means is these three notes on the staff, which are the 5 lines and 4 spaces, those three notes are going to be sharped in this whole piece of music. Okay? So if we remember, the spaces spell out face from the bottom to the top. So the first space in between the two bottom lines is F, the next space is A, the next one is C, and the next one is E. F-A-C-E, face, from bottom to top. So that means that this number sign here is, I don't know if you can see it close enough. I'll zoom in maybe. Whoa. Okay. Zooming in, zooming out, zooming in. Okay, that's better. Okay, so that number sign, F-A-C, means that every C in this whole piece, of music, is going to be actually a C sharp. So every single time there's a note on that third space, it's actually a sharp, which is just 1 fret higher on a ukulele. Okay, then the lines, there's a sentence that people use that's every good boy deserves fudge, or every good boy does fine. Okay, so it means every, the bottom line is E, good, the next line is G, every good boy, B, the middle line is B, the next line is D, does or deserves, whatever, and then the top line is F, so does fine or deserves fudge. Okay, so E, G, B, D, F. So that means this top line is an F, so that sharp means every time there's an F in this piece of music, it's actually going to be an F sharp. Okay, now this number sign is on top, so it looks like it's on a space up above that top line. Okay, so all you do is you keep going up the notes. Okay, so if the lines are E, G, B, D, the top line is F. Okay, A, B, C, D. If you go up the alphabet, the notes, the letter notes, A, B, C, D, E, F, that space right above it is going to be G. So that means, that sharp means in this piece of music, every time there's a note G, it's actually a G sharp. Okay? So took care of that. This C with the line just means cut time. We didn't have to worry about that. We're just going to read the notes and all of that. Moderato just means like a moderate tempo. It's a tempo, how fast or slow the piece should be played at. It's just a tempo marking. So moderato means moderate. Okay, so let me zoom back out. Actually, zoom into that top line a little bit. Is that good? Yeah, that's good. It's actually like the top two lines. So there we are. Okay. Excuse me. So, now what we're going to do is figure out what these notes are. Okay, so this first note is written right in that space, on that space, okay, on top of that space, however you want to word it. So that note is, if you remember the F-A-C-E, that note is an E. Okay, no sharps to worry about, so it's just an E. This next one, F-A-C, is a C, but remember, we get the sharp over here, so that's actually a C sharp. Okay, and then this next note is the same, also a C sharp. So we have E, C sharp, C sharp. Okay, then here we have a line, every good boy deserves, or every good boy does. So this note here is a D. Then the next note we have over here is on that next line below the D. So every good boy, so that's a B, and that is also a B. Then over here we have, this is on that second space from the bottom, so F-A, so it's an A. This is that middle line that we just talked about, so it's a B. This is that next space, like we did over here. So that's a C sharp, because you remember it had the sharp at the beginning. And then this here, excuse me, is the next line, every good boy deserves, or does, is a D. So here we have A, B, C sharp, D. Then up here we have the space on the top, so F-A-C-E, so it's E, E, E. Okay? So that whole top line, if we just do the names of the notes, it's E, C sharp, C sharp, D, B, B, A, B, C sharp, D, and then E, E, E. Easy, right? Okay. Now, what is that note there? Okay, so it's on the space, the top space. So, I can't hear you because I'm just a video, but if you said E, then you are correct. It is E, F-A-C-E. Okay, what note is that? It's again a space. Okay, if you said C sharp, you are correct. F-A-C with the sharp at the beginning. C sharp. If you said C, then you were wrong. This one here, exactly the same. C sharp. This one here, exactly the same. C sharp. Okay, how about this one here? What note is that? Okay, if you said D, D isn't dog. It just dawned on me that like B's and D's and stuff might sound very similar on the video here because you can't really see me saying them. D, then you are correct. D isn't dog. And this note here, what is it? Actually, these three notes, all the same. What is it? Okay, if you said B as in boy, you are correct. B, B, B. How about this note here? If you said A, you are correct. A. Okay, this note here. Hopefully you said C sharp, because the space is F-A-C with the sharp at the beginning. Boop. So C sharp. And then what is this note? Hopefully you said E. So E as an elephant. E and E. And then what are these three notes? Hopefully you remembered from like 2 notes ago. C sharp, C sharp, C sharp. So that is the first 2 lines of this. Pretty simple, right? Yes. Excellent. So now, the next 2 lines. I think I have to back up a tiny bit. Oh, wrong way. Is that it? Yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to go through, no, you know what, we'll do it with the last line. With this one, we'll still go through one at a time. Okay, so all these are the exact same note. So what are they? Hopefully you said B as in boy. B, 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 B. How about this note? B again, it's the same. Okay, how about this note? F-A-C, so it's a C sharp. How about this note? It's the 4th line up, so every good boy D deserves or does. Okay, now this note here, it's been popping up a lot, so hopefully you're starting to remember the 3rd space up is the C sharp. F-A-C with the sharp at the beginning. So C sharp, C sharp, C sharp, C sharp. Okay. This next one, same, C sharp. This next one, it's the 4th line up, every good boy, D. And then this is the top space, F-A-C, E. Excellent. Okay, now this bottom line, what we're going to do is, I'm just going to point to each one, okay, and I want you to say the name of the note, and then I'll say the name of the note, okay, and we can see how well you do. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we'll see how many you get right out of the 15, okay? So you ready? This first note, E is an elephant. This next note, C sharp. This next note, I'll give you a hint, it's the same. C sharp. Hey, what do you know? C sharp. Okay, this next one, D as in dog. This next one, B as in boy. Hopefully you also said B as in boy. Hopefully you also said B as in boy. That one, hopefully you said A. Excuse me. That one, C sharp. That one, E. That one, also E. Now the last 3 are the same. So what is this one? Hopefully you said C sharp. And then hopefully you also said, what? C sharp, and then also, what? I can't hear you. C sharp, exactly. Okay, so I don't know how many you got right out of the 15, but hopefully you got a lot of them right. Maybe you even got all of them right. Who knows? Well, I guess you know, but I don't. I just dropped my pen on the... I have another music stand over here. Okay, so now we're going to go back to the beginning here, that first line, and take a look at the rhythm of the song. Okay, so if you remember, the colored in with the line, with the stem, the line at the bottom there, like the tail looking thing, the stem, is a quarter note, so it gets one beat. Also a quarter note, it gets one beat. Oh yeah, why did I put my pen down? Point with my finger, I should point with the pen. This here, the not filled in with the stem, is a half note, so it gets two beats. So 1, 1, and 2. So quick, what is 1 plus 1 plus 2? 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. So all these added up equal 4. And that makes sense because there's 4 beats in each measure. So the next one also 1, 1, and 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the next one we have all quarter notes. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 all adds up to 4. And then 1 plus 1 plus 2 also 4. 1, 1, 2. Okay, so those are the number of beats. So let's play, or clap actually, the rhythm of these notes. Okay, so I'll count 1, 2, 3, 4 to start with, and then we'll clap as we go. Okay, but I'm going to count all the way through. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So see how I went 1, 2, 3, 4, and didn't clap again on the 4 because that gets held. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, just like the first two. So that's easy, right? Excellent. So now the next line, okay, is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the next line, and you can still see that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Easy. And then the last line, I have to move the camera down. Okay, so this last line, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there we are. That's the rhythm of the whole thing. Okay, so now back up a little bit. Okay, now we're going to play the whole thing. Okay, so I'm just going to stop the camera and restart it because if I don't, the camera will stop itself after 22 minutes or something like that. And I'm going to grab my ukulele. Nick's ukulele. Alright, so we have this piece of music that we're going to play. Okay, And there's actually only 5 notes in the whole entire thing. Okay? Nice and easy. There is the... grab my pen. There is the A, B, C sharp, D, and E. And that's all there is. There's no note higher than the E anywhere, and there's no note lower than the A anywhere. Okay. So, this note here, as we should know by now, is an E. Okay? On a ukulele, that E is actually the 7th fret on the A string. So it's kind of way up high. Okay, it's not the A. I'm sorry, it's not the E of the open E string, the 2nd string in from the thin side there. It's the 7th fret on the A string. So that's the E. Then the next note, which we should know, is a C sharp. Okay, the C would be the 3rd fret on the A string. The C sharp is the 4th fret. Okay? Then this next note, you should know, is a D. D is in dog. And that's the 5th fret on the A string. And then the next note here, the next 2 notes are B as in boy, and that's the 2nd fret on the A string. So far these are all on the A string. And then, what do you know? That A is just the A string all by itself. Okay? So all of the notes are right here, right near the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 notes. Okay? So if I play just these 5, starting here. Okay, I need both hands to do that though. Excuse me. It's A, B, C sharp, D, E. And E, of course, being that last note. The first note of that last measure there. Okay, so this first line is E, C, C sharp, then D, B, D, then A, B, C sharp, D, then E, E, E. So that's that first line. So now if we do it with the correct rhythm, okay, I don't know if, I'm going to see if I can play it and say the names of the notes and play it in the correct rhythm all at the same time. I think I can. So, wish me luck. So 1, 2, 3, 4. E, C sharp, C sharp, D, B, D, A, B, C sharp, D, E, E, E. So there we go. I did it. Easy enough, right? Okay, so let's play it one more time. That first line. So E, C, C sharp. Actually, I should have counted it in. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. E, C sharp, C sharp, D, B, B, A, B, C sharp, D, E, E, E. Okay. Now this next line is E, C sharp, C sharp, C sharp. So very similar, but instead of the half note there, it's two quarter notes. So instead of just playing that note, one, or actually it would be three. So 3, 4. You actually play 3 and then 4. Then we have D, B, 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 and it's again same as that, just with the two quarters instead of the half. Then a little different here. It's A, C sharp, E, E, and then C sharp, C sharp, C sharp. So the second line would be 1, 2, 3, 4. E, C sharp, C sharp, C sharp, D, B, 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 A, C sharp, E, E, C sharp, C sharp, C sharp. So, pretty easy. Okay, now this next line, B, 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 C sharp, D, C sharp, C sharp, C sharp, C sharp, C sharp, D, E. And that's the half note. And that's a half note too. Okay, so to play that third line, 1, 2, 3, 4. B, 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 C sharp, D, C sharp, C sharp, C sharp, C sharp, C sharp, D, E. And then the last line looks similar. It starts off similar to that line here. Is it exactly the same? It's exactly the same as that second line. Yeah. Okay, so let's play the fourth line just right from the get-go, because it's exactly the same as the second line that we just did. 1, 2, 3, 4. E, C sharp, C sharp, C sharp, D, B, 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 A, C sharp, E, E, C sharp, C sharp, C sharp. So there we are. That's how you play that whole piece of music. Okay, so let's play through the whole thing. Okay, you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. E, C sharp, C sharp, D, B, B, A, B, C sharp, D, E, E, E. Second line. E, C sharp, C sharp, C sharp, D, B, 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 A, C sharp, E, E, C sharp, C sharp, C sharp. Third line. B, 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 C sharp, D, C sharp, C sharp, C sharp, C sharp, C sharp, D, E. Third line. E, C sharp, C sharp, C sharp, D, B, 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 A, C sharp, E, E, C sharp, C sharp, C sharp. And there we are. Ta-da! Amazing. So, now, let's play through it without me doing anything but counting us in. Okay? So you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, hopefully you played along with that just fine without any issues or anything like that. And that's about it. So I'm gonna kind of turn you around and see if there we are. Hello. Okay, so lightly row from some just violin book that I grabbed. I don't need to zoom in. So any just any violin type sheet music is going to work well for ukulele because it's all in the same note range, the higher pitches. And that's about it. So hopefully this made sense and helped you a little bit. Reading sheet music, it takes a while. It takes practice. It takes practice, dedication, all of that stuff. And you just have to keep doing it, and you slowly kind of get the hang of it. And the more you do it, the easier it becomes. So hopefully with this, you started to recognize, oh, that top space is E. So the E is the 7th fret on the A string. So when you see that note, your brain thinks E, and your finger goes E. And the C sharp being the 4th fret, hopefully that kind of, you started to recognize that. Things like that. The more you do it, the more you recognize where the notes are on the musical staff, what the note is, and then where the note is on the ukulele to play it. So just like anything, just practice, practice, practice makes you better, better, better. That's about it. So